I should really have an armchair to do this. Fat white guy sitting around bitching, thinking he knows everything. It would probably be fitting, wouldn't you think? There's no real subject to this particular film, and it's going to be the last one I make for a little while because I want to take a break, calm down, relax, and go ahead with some other projects I'm busy with, as well as continuing with this fascinating little exercise I call having a life. But I will touch on a few subjects and make a few comments about a couple of things I've noticed, and if there actually is a point to any of this, as soon as I figure out what that is, I'll let you know. Okay, before I get into anything deep, I'm going to read you a little quote from Isaac Asimov, very famous science fiction writer. Yeah, okay, here we go. Inspect every piece of pseudoscience and you will find a security blanket, a thumb to suck, a skirt to hold. Now, what does that mean? Well, conventional wisdom tells me that means people turn to pseudoscience for comfort. These pseudoscientific programs like Ancient Aliens and things that claim to know the truth. Yes, I have a big bug up my ass about the truth. They turn to these things because they provide easy answers. Science doesn't provide anything easy. Science, regardless of which one you're studying or interested in or what have you, is hard work. It's really fucking hard work. You have to read a lot. You have to think a lot. You have to study. It doesn't come simply. It's not just written out for you. And it doesn't provide any definite answers. No definite answers. Okay? It's explanations based on the evidence available at the time of whatever it is you're viewing, reading, whatever. Believing in what pseudoscientists say is it's a lot like religion. Faith, which is belief without evidence. I don't care if you're religious or not. That's not the point of this. I'm still not entirely sure what the point of this is. I've just decided to ramble for a while and see where things take me. But pseudoscience, yeah, it's a cult. You see, you're told this information, and it's the truth, and no credible scientist would ever say that. Note the word credible. It's based on faulty reasoning, logical fallacies, misleading statements, faked evidence. It's not real because it's not verifiable. You cannot sit back and tell me that the Baghdad battery, which is a fascinating little object or objects, uh, as one person put it, evidence of lost technologies from before the Ice Age. There's a couple of things that are wrong with that assertion. One, there's no evidence provided that it was from before the Ice Age. There is, in fact, evidence provided that it was during the Parthian occupation of what is now modern Iraq due to the pottery style. And that is a easily verifiable piece of information. The other fact is, which fucking Ice Age are you talking about? The Ice Age is a catch-all term used in popular culture for a group of events called glaciations. Okay, now you'll have to. Don't really mean to be that patronizing with this. It's just, yeah, whatever. You picture the world. Okay, so it's a ball. If you accept that it's actually round. And periodically, the polar ice caps oscillate. Okay, they grow outwards and they retract. They grow outwards and they retract. Each one of these outward growth spurts is called a glaciation, such as the last one, which ended approximately 12,000 years ago. If you're in North America, it's called the Laurentide glaciation. If you're in Europe like me, it's called the Würm, which is a Swiss word. Now, each one of these glaciations generally took centuries to reach their maximum, lasted for a few thousand years, and took another few centuries or even millennia to retract again. And they leave evidence for their existence in the geology of the places that the ice covered. This is verifiable. It's measurable. You can see it with the naked eye. Okay, now I'm going to show you two books that I will claim to have read several times. Okay, the first one, Caesar, The Conquest of Gaul. This is an English translation of the military journal of Gaius Julius Caesar during his war in Gaul. The original was written a couple thousand years ago. This is a translation, most likely a translation of a copy of a translation. Do I believe it? Well, it's old, and the guy that wrote it is dead. I read it in the context that it was written. Julius Caesar was a great general. He was a pretty neat guy, in my opinion. Neat enough that I have him tattooed on my arm. Obviously, I admire the guy for whatever reasons. But do I believe him? Not entirely. Why? Regardless of what I personally think of him, and what I think of his motivations and the consequences of the things that he did, he was a politician. Okay? The guy was a politician, probably one of the greatest politicians to ever live. But he's still a politician. Thus, not really that trustworthy. So I read his words in that context. Okay? And a lot of people use claims of ancient texts say this or ancient texts say that. Yeah, there are a lot of ancient texts left around, and there are probably somebody's laundry lists laid around too. Does it matter? No. This here. Okay? Letters of the younger Pliny. This guy was, again, a Roman politician. It's his personal correspondence. Okay? And thanks to Islam for saving all our Roman writings from the Catholics and Christians. Yeehaw. Thanks. Appreciate that. I wouldn't have an education without him. Take Plato, for instance. Yes, I'm a smoker. Get over it. Philosopher. Great thinker. His accounts of Atlantis are often taken as fact. Okay, sure. Alright, I'll grant you that. Okay. Based on the Timaeus and, what is it, Critias, I believe it is. Therein lies his descriptions of Atlantis. I've read them. Interesting stuff. Okay, it's fact. Okay, you got it. Anyway, that doesn't matter. It's fact. Okay. If you believe that bit of his writings as fact, you must perforce take all of his writings as fact. Okay? You can't pick and choose what you like and throw away the rest. That's a cop-out. Okay? If you take his accounts of Atlantis as fact, that Atlantis existed because he wrote it down, then you have to perforce take the Aristotelian model of the universe as fact. Okay? The Earth is the center of the universe. The sun and the moon and the stars and the planets all revolve around it in little swirls. That was Aristotle's model based on his observations. Yeah, so, are you really gonna go that far? Okay? Atlantis was real. Okay, fine. Atlantis is real. Then everything Plato said was real. His positions on women, which weren't that complimentary, have to be taken as fact. Okay? Women have to do these things. Soldiers, not allowed to live anywhere near regular people. Okay, they have to be kept separate. The Greek gods were real, not the Christian god. Yeah, come on. Use your brain. And I'm not promoting Christianity. Not. That was just an example. Absolutely not. No promotion of any religion whatsoever. Although, again, thanks Islam for saving the Roman writings. See, I'm an abrasive prick. I know that. I'm arrogant. I talk down to people. I really hate pseudoscience because it's bullshit. It's misleading. And the people who believe it, you've given up, okay? When somebody tells you they have the truth, okay? You don't need to search anymore. You don't need to learn anything. You're stuck. You're dead. Intellectually dead, okay? When somebody says, I can tell you the truth, and you believe them, you're dead. Up here. You know? Like the song says, you're dead from the neck up. So what you gotta do is you gotta keep searching. Don't go for the easy cop-out, okay? And when somebody says to you, I can't explain that, that is not, and I repeat, not licensed to go, aha! You can't explain it, so it has to be aliens, or it has to be Atlantis, or it has to be Bobu Shibu, or what the fuck bullshit you're coming up with this time. Okay? Just because something cannot be explained at the moment does not mean tomorrow it won't be explained. Doesn't mean that you have to stop searching for the answers. Because it's not necessarily the answers that are important, it's the growth up here. Okay? Pseudoscience is a cancer for up here. Okay? It rots your fucking brain. And one last thing. Stop adding me in your contacts. I'm not your friend. I don't know you. Okay? You like what I'm doing. You believe in what I'm doing. You hate what I'm doing. Whatever. Don't add me as a contact. Make a comment. Subscribe. Or don't. Whatever.